Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. And just yesterday I drew this and I took it out to the shop and I ran it on my laser under 3D mode. And it's not as cool as I thought it would be, but it is pretty cool. And this is the drawing, and as you can see, and I'm not going to go through all the steps because I've got a couple of videos on how I did this anyway. So we're going to see how big this is. It's less than 5 inches. We'll set our nudge factor on 6. And if you don't know how I got to this point, there's several videos under this same name. And we're just going to nudge that out of the way, and we're going to left click, right click. But this time we're going to go to object, and we're going to go combine. Don't really have to do that probably. And if you see I moved it, I need to nudge it, move it back to where it was. And we're going to take the virtual segment delete key and delete these interior lines. When I said I didn't really have to do that because I'm going to use the Smart Fill tool that would handle that anyway. Now I'm going to take the Smart Fill tool and I'm going to fill it with black. So now I have a perfect outline and it's in black. Now I would suggest doing this 2 different ways. Let's Control D and make a duplicate of this guy and move it over here. But on this one, we're going to make a black outline. It needs to be something other than a hairline. The smaller the better, so 0.5. Then grab your item and go to Effects and Contour. I'm going to contour to the inside with white in RGB to inside 0.001. And then hit apply. And look what it did. Now by using white, you could use a light gray, but let's just go ahead and move that over. And also, because it's a bitmap, it no longer has a amount of rotation, so we can grab it and, no, because it's not a bitmap, because it's a contour. So we're gonna make it a grayscale contour, and now we've got a rotation back. I'm gonna hit P and put it in the center of the page, my indexing lines. And all I did was grab that. And I'm actually going to use a Docker on this, Docker for transform or transformation. I'm going to change I'm going to put my center of my rotation in the center. And then I'm going to rotate it 10 degrees 35 times. And that's how I did that. Now, what I was suggesting, after I went out and burned it on the shop, in the laser, these points are real tight, and if I would have gone much more, they might have been burned. The picture does it no justice. The little ones are actually better than the big ones. I would almost suggest going from white to black. So let's just back up here, take this one out of the way, and now with this one, we'll make the outline a gray. And we'll have to open that window again. But this time we're going to go to a black. A lot of times that happens. You just got to go to RGB and go to a black. And what that did, it reversed the process. Instead of going from dark, so the inside is going to burn more than the outside. You could actually probably do both of them, one or the other. And again, it doesn't have a rotation, so we're going to convert it to a bitmap. Then you got a rotation. We're going to rotate it, put it to the center, open our Docker back up. Docker transformation, depending on which version you have. And totally different. I should have kept that one up, but totally different look. And you could do one of each. You could do it. And what I do now, I'm going to take away the outline. I'm going to Control G to group it together. I'm going to Control D to make a duplicate. I'm going to hold down the Shift key. And you can see it's a bitmap because of the corners. We need to go a little bit more. A little bit more out. I'm trying to well, maybe it's not really a line. It's just the folds. And then if you go Control D again and go inward, this is a little bit harder because it's a bitmap. You can see that we need to go a little bit more. That's good. Control D. And what Corel does is it's changing the same step in the same amount of, so we're going to go there, and I could keep going. So what you would do now to get the effect that I kind of got, let's see how big this thing is. It's 17 inches. Let's, well, we'll go down. Let's change our nudge factor to 18. Let's grab the out one and move it down. Grab that one, and, well, we don't have to do but every other one. But let's just go and do all four. And then take your largest second one and mirror it. Take your smallest one and mirror it. And then because we're using center of the page, we can just hit center of the page by hitting P. So now your object is going the opposite direction in each case. I might even have to go out and engrave that. Now what I did do, I got a circle, and you can't see it in the picture, but this would, I did it like this so it's deeper in the middle and it really shows off. The picture doesn't know justice. But look what happens when we use the Smart Fill tool in the center. It's because of those boxes of the bitmap. As you see, we move it away. That's what's causing the bitmap. And the reason I make it a bitmap is so I can rotate it. And it also actually helps you, I think it engraves better. So I'm going to left click, right click, and now I can take the shape tool and make that to whatever size I want. I'm going to nudge it out of the way, and then I'm going to make it a black background, something other than a hairline. Hairlines just don't seem to work. And then go back to Effects, Contour. In this time, we're going to contour in a light gray. And it's amazing, and then nudge that back over. It's amazing what the laser, when you run it on 3D mode, how this will be scooped out. And in this case, it'll be the opposite. It'll actually have a hump. But if I would have gone from white to black, it would be a scoop. Now it's going to be a hump. So if you've never played around with 3D, I don't think you're ever going to make money at it, because this took 3 passes. I did one at 25 power, 100 speed, one at 50, and one at 70. What that does, it goes really deep with the first two, and basically the last two also kind of clean up your image. It takes that burn away. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.